Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'm bringing you guys a first impressions of the demo for Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance for the PlayStation 3. And I feel like a burglar tiptoeing through a laser grid in a museum in this video because I'm not sure how people are going to view what I'm about to say or how they're going to view this game in general. So I'm going to be a little careful with what I'm going to talk about in the first impressions here because there are a couple things that worried me a little bit with this demo and this game. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth though if the game releases and it's awesome and I end up really enjoying it. But let's start with the good first. The gameplay is pretty out there, certainly not a cookie cutter clone of another game. The blade camera in particular makes this title pretty unique. It's ultra violent. You can hack people up into tiny little pieces in slow motion. The finishing kills are pretty brutal. There were a few times I just wanted to see finish him pop up on the screen, Mortal Kombat style. And the way that your sword slices through solid objects like a bread knife through butter is pretty cool. Now the enemies shown in the demo were interesting. The voice acting is top notch. The cutscenes and the storytelling seems to carry that same quality that the Metal Gear series is known for. Everything's moving at breakneck speed. It reminds me a little bit of Bayonetta, which is another really fun title. Everyone loves ninjas. Raiden plays the part perfectly, so no complaints with any of that stuff. Let's go ahead and get into the things that worry me a little bit about this demo, which is probably what everybody's just waiting for me to talk about anyways. Number one, and most importantly, the controls. When I got to the boss of the demo, it just kicked the absolute crap out of me in grand fashion because I could not for the life of me get right into dodge. And it wasn't until I cut the demo off and looked up another video of someone else playing that I found out that I was supposed to be pressing up on the left stick towards the target to get your character to parry. And I'm not sure if I just overlooked the tutorial that said that or what the deal was with that, but the on-screen indicator shows parry as just using the left stick and square. It didn't actually show that you needed to press up. So that's kind of where I got a little confused with that. But even trying to press up and parry, it seems like he wasn't doing it very much. And it's also your light attack button. It just drives me up the wall that Raiden's very nimble, very quick, but you're forced to parry like that. It would have made a lot more sense to have had the right stick be your dodge button, because in the demo the right stick doesn't do anything when you're just running around in basic combat until you actually activate the blade camera, which the blade camera is my next topic of concern. While it looks cool, I'm not sure how functional it's going to be for fast-paced action. I used it a few times in the demo and I was left with kind of mixed feelings on it. During the initial tutorial, you're asked to attack a paper bad guy target that's holding a hostage and slice him and not the innocent paper person that he's holding. And I can just imagine if he was actually moving how difficult it might be to pull that off. And then during the demo there was a few sections that had hostages, so I could see that as possibly being frustrating or annoying, having to carefully slice a moving target without hitting other things around it. And sometimes when I activated the blade camera, it was just so close and just going all over the place that kind of felt a bit awkward just trying to use it in certain situations. Long story short, the blade camera is a big question mark. But going back to the controls, I was looking in the settings menu and there wasn't any way to change the parry button. And with the way this game is set up, dodging and parrying is pretty critical, because from what the demo is showing, it's going to be a lot of up close fast combat, and combining the attack and parry button without the option to separate them in the menu settings, honestly, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a big adjustment, but maybe after spending some more time with the game it will all become more natural and won't be an issue at all. But I'm also not sure how the Metal Gear fans are going to welcome this game, because it's such a dramatic swing in the opposite direction of the stealth-based titles that Metal Gear is known for. But on that same note, they showed gameplay for this title a long time ago, so it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that it's more focused on fast-paced action and hack and slash. But I do love Metal Gear Solid 4. It was one of the first games I bought for the PlayStation 3. It's still sitting in my collection today. It's one of my all-time favorite games. A few months back they added trophy support for it because the fans kept asking for it. So I really enjoyed that game. I'm definitely going to give this one a chance. I would like some feedback from my viewers on what you guys think about this demo. What did you think about the blade camera and the parry button? Did you think the demo was awesome and you can't wait to get your hands on the full release, or are you kind of hesitant about it now? I'd like to kind of get an idea of maybe if I'm just being too picky about these issues, or if you also think that this could be a problem in the full game. Now I will say I think no matter what, the game's going to be at the very least decent, because it's carrying the Metal Gear title and they wouldn't put it on the store shelf if it wasn't going to be or have the potential to be a good game. That's pretty much all I got for this video. This is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.